Oh, oh man. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another stream. Hi. I just literally woke up and decided to go ahead and start streaming. Well, I mean, I took a shower. I guess that kind of counts. Hi, welcome. This is a first. This is our 1 year anniversary for VTubing. Yeah, this is kind of an exciting time. I didn't really plan anything in particular for the celebration today, but we're gonna be streaming most of the day, splitting between here and the main channel over on YouTube. So welcome everybody. Thanks a ton for coming to check me out. You know, right now we're gonna be pushing for affiliate here on Twitch. And then after that, 1,500 subs over on YouTube. We'll be doing some guitar and stuff a little bit later on tonight. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I just gotta to try and find some music to play for y'all while we get ready to do this. I think we're gonna set up and try and do some Evacs over in Gliese today, and then I'm transferring some stuff from another station so that we can maybe do some pirate stuff a little bit later. I don't have any real plans or anything like that, but today is the last day of the tick. As you can see, Gliese is getting pretty close. I want to try and do our best to help out with the war effort over there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. You know, it's been kind of a crazy year. I never really expected that the whole VTubing thing was going to be what it is, but sure enough, somehow, some way, through fighting a retail schedule, rural Midwestern internet, and all kinds of other stuff, we have managed to make it this far. So, you know, thanks a ton, everybody that has come to check out the system, come to check out the channel at some point or another over the past year or so. And you know, special thanks to everyone that's gonna keep following us along the way. You know, I definitely appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun so far with the VTubing thing, and you know, chatting with people that have come to stop by the channel and just trying out new games. You know, I didn't really stream a whole lot as, you know, a flesh tuber, right? You know, we tried it for a little bit, but I'm very self-conscious about those kind of things. So it was definitely a big step trying to get this all set up and ready to go. But overall, I think it's probably been the best thing for the channel that I've ever really done. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've had a good time doing it, and I don't see us changing anymore. in the future, other than some upgrades. You know, the upcoming year, the year 2 of VTubing. There's a lot planned for the channel. You know, new model, new original model, finally. A couple of other big projects that are in the works in some fashion or other. But for the most part, I mean, if you guys watch the channel, you know me. It's still gonna be me. I'm Wes. Howdy. So yeah. And just look forward to more of the same, but better. That's really about the only way that I can describe it. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm excited, and here's hoping to growing the channel over the next year or so. Yay! But without any further ado, let's hop on in here. Let's see how this is gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's been a couple of days since I've done some evacs. And you know, I've been doing a lot of spec ops stuff around the bubble right now. So, you know, things that I can't really stream, can't really talk about, but things that needed to be done nonetheless for Froggy Space. But I think it's time to get back in here. You know, I want to do some pirate stuff too. I'm a little bit low on a few of my manufactured materials, and I am trying to grind out the elite rank in combat. So, you know, aside from that, it's just a good excuse to get out there and try and murk some pirates, use the Corvette, and actually get a few things from it. So yeah, we'll just have to wait for all of that stuff to transfer over. It's like a 40-minute transfer, something incredibly dumb. But you know, we'll have some fun in the meantime. This system was not too terribly bad last time I went in. Now, checking today, I saw that there were only 3 ports remaining. This might be a short trip. We'll just have to wait and see, because I am not entirely sure if any of those remaining ports have large landing pad access. Like, I checked in Nara, the port that I was using seemed fine. It seemed like I can still pick up some missions and stuff there, but I'm not entirely sure. There we go. And then the other issue is that like 2 or 3 of the planets were Odyssey only, so that kind of scratches those too. So all I can really do is get in here and try and see, but it has been a couple of days, and obviously I'm still waking up. I haven't even had breakfast yet. I wanted to get in here, say hi, and start streaming, so I'm getting hyper-addicted. But I have upgraded this Orca a little bit. It's got a little bit faster thrusters. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I also learned, thanks to the old Google, what exactly I was doing wrong with the hatchbreaker limpets. So I need, here we go. What I need is ECM. So we've got those on here now. So that's good. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, that'll take care of the missiles that are coming out after me and all of that stuff. So yeah, right now it's just a matter of getting into the system and trying to escape these things, right? There we go. I do have my ECM equipped, right? There we go. All right. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, once I'm actually boosting, like I'm able to hold it above 500 for a fair amount of time, so thankfully not too much of an issue. I just have to use a bunch of heat seeks along the way. It's not the coolest thing. I need to do a few more upgrades for the engineering to get that up. Cool it down a little bit. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the Thargoid stuff. It's not something that I ever really expected to do, but you know, we're having fun all the same. All right, so let's take a look here. Is Anderson Survey still one of those that is under attack? Yes, perfect. Perfect, that's what I needed to see. All right, and off we go. Once I actually get there, it's not too bad. But yeah, you know, like I said, we've got some fun stuff headed your way for the channel over the upcoming year. I'm still waiting to hear back about the model upgrade. If I don't hear back from them in another couple of weeks, I'll probably see about commissioning someone else. But I'd really like them to do it. But it's been radio silence for a while, and yeah, you know, this is my first time really commissioning any kind of artwork. You know, I'm typically pretty good about double checking and triple checking certain things, but yeah, I don't know what the deal was with it, so who knows, maybe this was not the dream come true that I thought. But you know, I'm still giving them amount of time. Art takes a while, so things happen. I'm probably not the only one being commissioned right now. But yeah, aside from that, you know, tonight's guitar stream should be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's going to be like guitar or like half guitar, half karaoke. I've never done a karaoke stream, so I don't know how that's going to go. But I figured it would be something fun. I haven't done one for a while. I gotta clip my nails to make sure I can actually do it tonight. But yeah, we'll have fun. It'll be, as usual, a lot of mid-80s thrash. If I end up doing a lot of karaoke stuff, it'll be a little bit weirder than that. When it comes to karaoke, my musical tastes are kind of all over the place, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. Yeah, you know, whenever I started this, I wasn't really sure how things were going to end up. Obviously, I've had a lot of fun with it after all of this time. You know, it definitely has been the best thing, I think, for the channel. I've talked quite a bit about, you know, how... okay, I might be coming in too fast for this. We'll just have to wait and see. Of course I am. Of course I am. That's cool. Of course. Why not? Well, you know, this will keep the Thargoids out. I hate how long it takes me to, like, slow down when I'm in manual. Like, it doesn't ever feel that slow when I'm in Super Cruise Assist. So I don't really know what the deal is. But, you know, it's fine. We'll wait for this thing to cool down. At least I don't have to worry about anything interdicting me when I'm just hanging out here in space, right? Yeah. So I definitely recommend, you know, there's a lot of resources out there nowadays. If you were even remotely thinking about maybe becoming a VTuber, now's a good time to do it. The resources are out there. It's definitely been a good thing for me. And yeah, I'm just happy that it's been a year now. There you go. I think the biggest thing for me is I actually stream, right? I actually stream, and I have an excuse to try out a bunch of different games and try things that I probably would not have done before. In terms of just making sure that I'm giving you guys content, it's definitely been the biggest boost. You know, I don't have to worry about what I look like in the morning. Did I shower? Did I comb my hair? You know, things like that. No one pops into chat asking me, you know, asking me about femboys anymore. Well, I guess maybe they still do that, but happens a lot less. No one's commented on my very British face anymore, which is definitely the best thing, I think, for my mental health. All right, let's get down here. Thankfully, we got a little bit of time before we actually hit the Thargoid evac zone. All right. Thankfully, we're getting quite a few people in here from what I've noticed. So it seems like the evac is going pretty well. It's going to be cutting it close. With only one day left, and we're a little over halfway on the bar. I mean, we need quite a few people in here helping out. I think we'll be able to get it. We had most of the other systems that were targeted cleared out, so you know, people are doing the work. All right, we'll just see if we can just add this one to it and make it a little bit easier in the long run, right? Right. Being some frame rate issues thanks to the old VTuber thing. There we go. We'll be fine. We got this. Yeah, they're really not that hard. Now that I've kind of got my system going on what exactly I'm doing with all of this. Another one just in case. All right, once again, thanks as always to White Bat Audio, and they're the ones providing the soundtrack today. Check out their YouTube channel if you guys are also content creators looking for some good music to assist you in the streams. I've been using them for a few months now. Some really quality stuff out there, so yeah. All right, bump. All right, now let's take a look and see the who all we even have in here. I'm not sure about the dark sin. Let's do this the dystopian synthwave. See if this is a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the one that I was using a little bit. All right. What do we got? Anything good? What's available to us? Any of those really rich guys? Any of those 50 million passengers? Hey, look at that. We got a good list today. Now I've got a little bit of my reputation up, because I've been doing this, I don't know, a few days now. Every now and then trying to hop in here and help out. Autofilm. All right. Yeah, the 10 million would be nice, but to actually help out with the tick, you want to you wanted like a lot of missions as well. Like, it's the number of missions that are going to help out just as much as the quality of pay that I'm getting out of it, right? The money is for me, obviously, but I also want to try and do my part for the recovery efforts here. So we want to make sure that we're getting. I've been aiming for at least 5. You know, if I'm just not really getting anything from the VIP missions, then I've had a couple where I've managed to fill up about 8 in this Orca, which sounds about right for the loadout that I've got. You know, I know the common wisdom is to try and stack up to 20. I cannot get 20 in this. Even if I took all of the smallest missions, I don't think I could fit 20. So, you know, I don't mind doing multiple runs, especially since, you know, we're doing this on the channel. You know, why not? It's content for everybody. Are you not entertained? But yeah. That's kind of the goal. But, you know, if you are interested, hop in, help us out. It's really not too bad. I was scared of the Thargoids for a long time. It's like, what in the world am I going to do with this? But it turns out that that it's actually a lot of fun, and it's really not an issue. This one's got a little bit easier frame shift anomaly. Here we go. Kicked me out there. This has got a little bit easier route to get to. Now, getting back up to Gliese can be a little bit of a pain a little bit later, because it wants to route me up through some Thargoid areas. So it wants to route me up through here. So you got to kind of manually route back through Gliese, but you know, with my current loadout, I can get to Gliese in one jump after doing that. So, yeah. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Gonna wait. Okay, let's wait for this to go out. And then once I actually get up in the air, this thing goes real fast. Once I get up there, it's more the high prediction I have to worry about. I don't think I've ever been attacked by any of these things that are just like out here. All right, let's go. I think that's a long enough wait. Now, I am in solo right now. I might switch it back up to open here in a second. And it looks like I might need to lower the settings just a little bit anyways. So, you know, why not? Usually the frame rate isn't too bad. I don't know if it's just because I just woke up and haven't really had a chance to warm up the old computer all that much or what, but... All right, get out of there. It's weird. I don't know. Oh, it's probably because the rotation's a little bit different than normal. I think maybe the planet has rotated. It was really easy to get out of here. Let's get out of here and try this again. Come on. I don't want to waste all my heat sinks on this. There's nothing even following me. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, last time it was like just on the horizon, so I was able to just hop out of there and warp. But now I guess I gotta go around the planet. It's fine. It'll be okay. We'll make it. Alright. Here we go. Now I got the Action Jackson music. See, I just need to get around enough for the warp to appear on the horizon. Come on. Are we far enough? There we go. Yeah. Nice. Perfect, perfect. This should do it. I've only had one time that I was trying to escape that I was not hyperdieted, so we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Wow, really? You're just gonna let me go this time? All right, that's cool. I'm not gonna say no. That's an easy 50 million in our bank. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll switch it up and go back into open. I liked doing the evac missions in open just because it does seem like there's a lot of people out and about right now. I haven't had any jerks trying to stop me or anything like that, so that's been kind of nice. I honestly don't even know if I've really even seen anyone out here. Like, you know, hanging out near the port, trying to fight some goids. It mostly seems like it's just been me in solo instances, but with this being the last day and this being the system with the furthest amount of progress, maybe that's changed up a little bit. Okay. And Gara. All right, well, that was maybe one of the easiest runs we've had, aside from crashing into the planet itself. Yeah, I do need to do a little bit of engineering. The problem is I'm not entirely certain what I need to engineer to actually keep it cool. I'm sure the power plant and the distributor are two big parts of it. I do have dirty drag drives on instead of clean, which probably doesn't help. Yeah, I don't know what my power plant is on it. I think I need to go over and switch over to low emissions. It'd be more than enough to handle everything. Like, I'm not really using a whole lot. Well, I can't really tell now because I got the brain chip drive on. But yeah, I haven't really been using a ton of power for most of what I'm doing. The ECM maybe. Yeah. All right, and then I get a bunch of thank yous as we make our way over to the Haven. All right. There we go. Now it's just a nice, relaxing drive on over. All right, what are they all wanting to say? Evacuate Alan Quinn's party. There we go. Yeah. Nice and chill. I don't think the rest are going to be this easy. But, you know, I'm not going to complain about some easy money. So yeah, that's the other thing. If you really want to help out, this is some really good money. So hop in here, help out with some evac missions. You do have to rank up a little bit with reputation before you start getting like regularly big payouts. But even as someone fresh to the system, like it's pretty common to get some pretty easy 15, 20 million VIPs out there. You can even get higher than that if you're lucky. I think they just pop up more regularly when it's when you've repped up a little bit. But they're really not too bad. I think the hardest part is getting in there and then FSS scanning everything as fast as you can, so that you can actually find the stations and the ports that you need to go to really fast. Otherwise, you're going to have to do that every time you go into the system. So, you know, there's that. But as you can see, I mean, that was what, 10 minutes tops of just hopping in and out once we actually got going, if that. There are a few different ways you can do it. You can definitely make it easier on yourself if you go with like a Python or something a little bit smaller than what I'm using. I just don't like the look of the Python, so I'm not using it. But, you know, if you do decide to go that route, you definitely have more options in terms of your stations and that kind of stuff, so. All right, and we didn't lose anyone this time. Now, you can put on a caustic sink launcher if you're having issues, but if you're staying under 20% heat, you really should not be hit at all with caustic. The big issue that I found are the hatch breaker missiles. So for those, use an ECM, right? It can be kind of tricky. I found that now that I've got this thing, you know, dirty driven a little bit, I had some problems with my range. Like, it only has a range of 3 kilometers, I think. 3,000 meters, and sometimes I'm a little too fast, so I pop it a little too early. You know, it's fine. The missiles are kind of slow. You can kind of wait for it to start wiggling its way for you if you're really fast. But yeah, once you pop that thing, it doesn't take too long to charge. Once you pop that thing, it'll destroy anything that's coming your way in terms of missiles and locked on stuff. And yeah, that'll prevent your hatches from opening. If you're far enough out that, we'll take that. If you're far enough out that the ECM is out of range, you're probably fine and in the middle of charging anyways. So, you know, why not? And oh yeah, this is also a really good way to get those materials. As you can see, I don't really lose a whole lot of money, but I'm getting a lot of grade 5 mats. So, yeah. We love the evac missions here. All right, so are we saved up and everything? Perfect. All right, so let me do some adjustments here on the graphics and on the, there we go. Yes, and we're gonna switch back over to open. While I do that, give me a moment here because I'm also going to get some more coffee. Literally hopping out of bed and streaming. That's just how things go here sometimes. All right, but we'll be back here in a second. Give me like 2 minutes. There we go. We're back. Thanks for waiting for me to get my caffeine. The important part of the day. Figure, you know what, it's gonna be a long day. It's kind of weird, you know. You see and watch a lot of these VTuber anniversaries on, you know, HoloLive and stuff. You're like, I wonder what that's like. But then it actually happens, and it honestly does kind of feel like a birthday of some kind. It's a little weird. It's not what you would think, right? Are we going through safe systems this time? No, we are not. We've got to go down here. Where was Lakazi? There we go. Up through here. And then back to it. Here we go, round 2. Let's see if we have just as easy of a time this time around. And I don't know. We'll do this for a few runs. Once some of my modules make their way back to my home system, we might head back and just kill some pirates or whatnot. But you know, this is good money and it's helping the effort. So we might do this for a while. I haven't decided. Like I said, I didn't really want to make a big deal out of the anniversary, mostly because like I don't have obviously a custom model or anything like that, which makes it very hard to get custom artwork made. At the current rate my commissions are going, you can kind of see how that is, right? But you know, I figured we might as well have as much fun as we can while we're here. Okay, yeah, this is much smoother. Like I usually keep it on ultra because I'm doing screenshots, but I guess you can't really get high quality screenshots. Like it turns the option off when you are in Thargoid controlled areas. So, you know, there goes that idea. Right. Let's hop in here. And before we get there, let's take a look again at our progress and see how things are going. Because it does seem like we're doing all right. It does seem like we're doing okay. We'll take a look before we plot the route back there. Yeah, I keep forgetting that this has the double star system. Gotta watch out for that heat. All right. Which, speaking of new stuff, how do you like the new UI? I finally gave my hand a shot at this, and I'm really digging it. You know, I used one of the presets. It was like Aisling's Blue or something like that, and then I've gone in here and done a few more modifications so it's not quite as like harsh of a blue, but it definitely still fits the Imperial ship designs from Gudamaya. So I'm really digging it. A little more color. Like I don't like mind orange in certain aspects. I just don't need it everywhere, right? But I feel like it is kind of important to have for certain parts of the UI. So, you know, I'm still keeping it for combat mode. I don't want anything that's going to potentially mess me up and kill me when I'm in combat, right? So that's staying the same. There we go. And the fuel. Like, I don't mind it being orange on the fuel bar. All right, so we're doing all right. We might get this. It's going to be cutting it really close. We've got like 10 hours or something like that to finish this last little bit, but I think we can do it if there's a lot of people here helping out. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm digging the new UI. It took me a little bit to get used to it after seeing the orange for so long, but yeah. Figure it's a little bit easier to look at. It fits the aesthetic of the ships that I'm using. I like the colors. Here we go. Yeah, I'm really digging the EDHM stuff. All right, and we're gonna get hyperdated going in, which is a little weird. I don't got anything on me this time. I don't know what they want from me. But you know, if they want to try, they can try their best. I'd rather them do it when I'm going in than when I'm leaving, right? There we go. All right. The problem is waiting for the FSD to come back, even though it's a, you know, not a terribly long cooldown. I feel like I'm using so many heat sinks just trying to get out of a hyperdiction. Like, you can synthesize more if you wanted to. Not really too much of a problem. But like I said, I'm partially doing some of this to get my materials back up. I can't be wasting a bunch of that stuff on just regular old heat sinks. right? I don't even really think they're attacking me all that much. Yeah, it looks like they're just regular interceptors. So yeah, they can't even catch me if I'm over 500. It's really the glaives that are the problem. The glaives are really the ones that keep shooting like the hatchbreaker missiles and that kind of stuff. They have a top speed of like 700 or something like that, but you know, an ECM takes care of most of the scary stuff that they can do. Here we go. Where are you, Anderson? Look for that. There we go. All right. We'll just auto cruise it. It's fine. I don't mind. We'll just have to be a little more careful slowing down this time. I gotta get better with my timing on it. I'm always jealous of the people that can do this all manual, but I'm very lazy. I just want to say hi to y'all while we are streaming a little bit. But yeah, you know, in terms of what we're gonna do tonight, like I don't have a playlist or anything like that. I have a vague idea of what we want to do. I don't know the time yet. It'll probably be later, like 9 or 10 CST. So yeah, just kind of look for that. That will be over on YouTube. That's going to be the main channel. You know, right now here we're pushing for affiliate and trying to do our best to get that up as much as possible. And then after that, yeah, we're gonna be aiming for 1,500 subs on the YouTube channel. That is, of course, the main channel. It's where most of my content goes. So that's why I didn't want to. I've been streaming a lot of Elite lately, and so I didn't want to stream this over there. But we're gonna have some fun with it tonight. So yeah, it's just kind of an odd time to be streaming, I guess. I thought vaguely of doing one of those 12-hour endurance streams, and then I realized how my voice has been holding up the last couple times I've tried to do anything longer than a couple of hours. So yeah, that's something we'll have to work up towards. Maybe that'll be like an actual birthday stream or something later. Here we go. Slow it down. Slow it down. God, it just takes so long. It takes so long to slow down when I'm in manual compared to Super Cruise Assist. I don't know why. There we go. Like I'm spamming X. There we go. All right. There we go. Much better. Much cleaner. Look at this. This is nice and chill. I'm learning. Yay. Yeah, once we actually go into orbital cruise, I don't mind the red zone. That just makes it easier for me to get down there. I don't need to do the the glide. Just get me down there ASAP. I'll boost it. It's fine. I did go back into open, I hope. There we go. Easy mode. Easy game, easy life. I am really curious how the other Titans are gonna go. Like this is Titan Oya right now. Like this is all around there. We're just kind of prepping for the next Titan after Legong. Once Legong is done, like once she's open and ready to attack, it's really not going to take long to bring her down at all. And they should be hitting that with tonight's maintenance. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yo, are we entering the Thargoid combat area? Yeah. Yes. All right. So yeah, I mean, if you were wanting to get the decals and everything, you have to do the 2 million in combat bonds within a week of Legong going down. I really, truly do not think it's going to take that long for Legong to go down once once she's actually open for attack, which again should be tonight if everything goes well. Will be tonight's maintenance. Now it'll still take a couple days, you know, to get through all of the hearts, but I think people really underestimate how fast the AXI team can work. So that's why we're prepping Oya. It's you know, might as well go ahead and get the next Titan set up. This one has 40 controlled systems, so it's going to take a lot longer to actually get it open for attack. Yeah. And yeah, we might as well, if you have the capability of doing this, get it prepped and ready, you know, as soon as you can. Like, Legong doesn't have any more invaded systems open, so if you are someone that is doing evac or black box stuff, like you really don't have anything you can do down there. So might as well go ahead and start getting the next Titan prepped and ready. For those of us not actually fighting most of these things. Now I am going to hop in and try and do my part to, you know, peck away at Legong, do a little bit of damage while I can. But it's not like, it's not a huge deal. I already did a little bit of damage. I should get my arcs, but I at the very least want to try and get my my 100 arcs per heart, right? That you only have to pop in and do like 1 damage. All right, so we don't really have a whole lot of high payouts in the regular group passengers, but that's fine. Means we can stack up quite a few missions, and I mean, all of this does add up over time too. Hey, there we go. And of course, it refreshes too pretty quickly when it comes to this evac stuff. So I mean, you can find some pretty decent payouts here. Just gotta maybe pick up a couple. Yeah. Cool. All right. So it looks like we are ready to go. We'll have to get around the planet horizon again. That's really the only thing that I'm kind of worried about. Is getting around the horizon, because I did not have to do that last time. Yeah. And then I just ignore any messages that they want to send me. No, I'm not sending you to another. I'm not sending you to another system. Like, no, we're going to Gara. You can basically ignore the VIPs that are like, I want to go to this other system. They only pay you like an extra 30K to do that. It's not really worth it to go that far out of your way. Like, they're gonna be happy to escape no matter what. You really don't have to worry all that much. All right, let's do this. Get out of here. Let's save some people. Here we go. It's really just getting around that mountain, I think, is the hard part. Yeah. That's fine. Managed to turn off my I managed to get the heatsink out anyways, so we should be okay. I'm not super concerned. We'll just keep kind of floating this direction. Honestly, I don't even think most anything can even touch me at this point with how fast I'm going. But, you know, we'll wait and see. Here we go. Let's get me out of here again. Man. And we won't have to travel that far. I had 2 successful runs. A fair amount of money. I don't know how much that is in terms of like arrow tick. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing this for like 8 hours like some of the other elite streamers are doing right now. But we're gonna do our best. Come on, get me out of the drop zone. Come on. Hey, Kogi, what's up? All right, that should be good. Yep, of course it's going to drop me. That's fine. Come on. Come on, you can do it, buddy. This horizon is gonna be the death of me at this point. There. It was so much easier the other night when it was just like right above us on the horizon. It's cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. Are they gonna hyper dive me on the way out? Ow, really? Really? We're getting lucky today. I mean, if they want to hyper dive me on the way in instead of the way out, I'm not gonna complain. That's fine. It just makes it easier for me. Free money, man. Here I was expecting some high quality Thargoid content for y'all, and we're just they're being lazy today. All right. Yeah, I saw that a couple of others were streaming this a little bit earlier, doing some evac missions and stuff. So I am kind of curious how everyone else is going. I don't know how often it updates the arrow. I think that's part of the whole 20-minute cycle tick thingy. I'm not entirely sure. It might even be real time for all I know. But it seems like everyone's making good progress compared to last night when I last checked. So yeah, I am hopeful that we can clear this system out. If we don't, like, it's fine, I guess. Like, everyone got quite a few systems cleared out around Oya anyways. Gliese is just, it would have been a nice, like, kind of end cap if we can get this off. Like, the more the merrier, right, when it comes to this stuff. But it's also not like a huge deal if we don't. There's still a couple of other systems that are under invasion right now anyways, so like it's not like this is something we're going to be able to clear out in just 1 week. No matter what, this is going to take a couple of weeks of doing this kind of stuff to make sure Oya is completely cleared out for the next assault. So, you know, it is what it is. But if we can make it a little bit easier on ourselves for later, why not? I think the big worry is just, you know, are we going to be able to maintain this through all 7 remaining Titans, right? Like, everyone's really excited about it now, but, you know, 2-3 months from now when we're working on some of the really big hefty ones, how many people are still going to be doing this? So, you know, the more that we can prep now and get that out of the way, the better. All right. So far, these have been fairly chill. No one's ejected yet. It's already better than the last few times we've tried streaming this. There we go. All right, Armando. Nice. I'm curious how the guitar stream tonight's gonna go, because I really have not played in a while. Obviously, I gotta clip my nails and stuff, but like I'm just wondering how my wrists are gonna hold up. The past few times we tried it, it has not gone all that well. So it happens when you're out of practice for too long, right? There's a few things I've been kind of itching to play. I just gotta make sure and do my stretches, right? You got the kind of the same stretches you do to make sure you don't get carpal tunnel. You just got to make sure that you're doing all of your stretches for your wrists, making sure you're staying limber. All right. So I am definitely. I don't know if it's an EDHM thing or what. I know you probably can't tell thanks to Twitch buffering, right? But downgrading to high definitely had some effect on some of the lensing around the crosshair. A little blurry, a little weird. And I guess like it was a little bit of a frame rate drop. Guess I can always go back to ultra, but I kind of want it to be smooth in case anything really really wild happens. I am prone to yeeting myself into danger, so. Go. Not bad, not bad. Now it's just a cool glide in, and we get our doubloons. I'm still a long way from getting the fleet carrier, but I do have to say that the Titans have been a boon to my credit balance. Like, what are we even at now? Yeah, we're almost to the 2 billion. Depending on how long I want to stream this, we might go an hour and a half, 2 hours. We might get up to the 2 billion. I did hit, I don't know if you saw, I did hit elite in trade. Yay. Hey, sorry to hear that, but you know, do what you got to do. Thanks a ton for hopping in and saying hello at the very least. I always appreciate it. All right, let's see. But what are they giving me? So I got 6 missions. Here we go. Didn't give me any materials that time. That's fine. Usually the VIPs, there's not as much of a drop-off in pay if you choose the materials, but the regular group missions, I have noticed that there's a bit of a bigger drop-off. You know, it's a little bit of a choice. For the VIPs, it's like not a big deal. Like, oh no, instead of 2 million, I would get 1.9. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take the materials in that case. In this case, like 2 million versus the 166k, yeah, I'm gonna take the money. Like, materials are important, obviously, but they're not that important. Like, I have other ways to farm them. Now, this one, I think I might take the thermic alloys, mostly because I think I needed them for some stuff. Can't remember entirely what. I've been doing so much back and forth engineering lately. I can't remember everything. It is what it is. All right. Alright, and then reroute back up through Lukazi. There we go. And another round. Man, we're making some good time. And hopefully, now that I'm getting some reputation up again, we might get even better payout missions. We just have to wait and see. Yeah, you know, just one person doing this, if it is in real time, the little bar moves so slow that I honestly can't tell if I'm making much of a difference, but I'd like to think I am. I'd like to think that I'm helping. Finally doing something with my life. You know, if I'm stuck being a VTuber, I might as well do something good for the community while I'm at it, right? In my meager ways. Oh yeah, speaking of the commissions, I should probably check my emails just to double check. I always check. I always have hope. I don't know, they've been kind of radio silent on Twitter too, but yeah, I mean, they did say up to 2 months, but I know that we've also got to get the coloring and all of that done too. Just a little, hey, this will take me a little bit longer than we said. Like, that's all I'm asking for. I don't think that's too big of a deal. If it's going to take a little bit longer, it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm not in any rush. Just, you know, keep me updated so I know that my money isn't going to some weird art farm in, you know, in Indonesia or something. I don't know. But, you know, like I said, there's other stuff too. Hopefully, you know, with this being a new year of VTubing, I think I posted the New Year's resolutions over on the YouTube channel. But I am, you know, really hoping to get my first ever song cover done at some point this year. That's going to be a lot of work. But, you know, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we can get it done. It's more learning Ableton than anything else. I think once I can get the system down, like my workflow down, that works for me, it'll go fairly fast. But it's getting to that point that's always the hard part, right? It's kind of like learning Blender. I've always heard that, you know, if I wanted to make a mod for Skyrim or whatever it happened to be, like getting in and learning how to import models and all of that really doesn't take too long. It's really learning like your keybinds and stuff. Once you've got all of the basics down and learning the UI in Blender and stuff, apparently you can work pretty fast. At least if you're used to that kind of thing. Like if you're used to doing digital art of various kinds, which I'm not used to working in a 3D space, but I know what FK and IK nodes are, and obviously I do a lot of Photoshop, so layers and all of that. So like once I learn the UI, I don't think it would take too long. And it's kind of the same way with Ableton. It's just learning all of the little bits and bobs here and there in terms of what things do. Most of it's just kind of repetitive. It's honestly the drum track more than anything else that's kind of giving me issues. If it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be a problem at all. Turns out that trying to do double bass in a thrash song manually through clicking in Ableton is a lot harder than just getting a digital drum machine and just banging on some stuff for a little while. The bass I'm also a little worried about, but I mean that's close enough to guitar I might be able to mess around with it a little bit. All right, now we got the intense dark wave. So we approach the evil flowers. But like stuff like this I could probably make pretty easy. Right? Probably not nearly as good as White Bat does. They've been doing this for a while. But yeah, enough to try and play around a little bit. All right, I'm curious what kind of missions we'll get with a reputation change. I don't know, I feel like we're getting some pretty decent payouts. None of the big 50 millions, the big jackpots yet. But yeah, we're getting a fair amount. We're getting paid. We got the lucky sevens going on down there. Right. I'm gonna slowly approach a lot sooner this time. There we go. See, that's much easier. That's nice. That's real nice. Kind of slow throttle it in. Yeah. Look at me, Ma. I'm a professional pilot. All right. Got to get the right angle though, because I want to make sure that I'm red zoning it, actually going down to the surface. I think the advanced planetary approach suite actually purposely throttles it a certain amount here. You kidding me? Yeah, sending out the swarms. It's fine. Look at that. It can't even catch me. Like it's not even an issue. More an annoyance than an actual threat. It's just kind of dumb that they can interdict you like this close to a planet. Like at that point, just wait for me to get down there and attack me there. Like you know where I'm going. For being big scary flowers, these Thargoids are not very smart. I think that's what it really comes down to. They've got the firepower, but not the brains. All right. We didn't get hyperdided going in, which means more than likely we're going to get hyperdided going out. We'll just have to wait and see. I am curious how the base attacks work. Like I saw going in this time that it said only 3 ports still available. But it seemed like last time I was in here, like the others weren't even under attack. They were just kind of threatened. Which first of all is a little weird. Like you guys are just sipping tea and you want the first class cabins to get off this rock. That's gonna change real fast. But yeah, I'm assuming it was probably the Odyssey settlements, because no one was probably helping those out. Like, I don't even have Odyssey, so I can't really help those out, right? Go. But like, man, they must have gone down really fast. There we go. Slower roll. Oh, okay. It's cool. Wait, which one am I going to? 9 or? Yeah, there we go. I was going to the right one. Oh, is that another guy in open? Howdy, buddy. Here to help out too? Let's do this. Seems like they are also just as bad as I am when it comes to landing these things. Nice. Boom. Oh no. Took 15% from booping myself onto the planet. Alright. What do we got? What do we got here today? Round 3, let's go. Give me some good ones. $18. That's kind of useless. That's fine. We'll take it. Why not? It's just one. All right. Well, that's cool. You don't win them all. Maybe we'll get some decent ones in here though. I have had a couple here that ended up being like 16 million or something. It's very, very rare, but you can get them in the regular group evacs too. Yeah, it looks like pretty standard stuff. But you know, that just means we get to take more with us. That's more for the arrow. More for the arrow gods. I mean, we'll still get a decent payout out of this, for sure. It's not about the money, right? It's about helping people. Isn't that what it's all about? I would like the planet to rotate a little bit more. If it could help me out that way, I'd really appreciate it. Alright, so only 2 here. That's cool. No local news available. Hey guys, we're on fire. There's your news. There's your news update. There's your weather for today. Alright, back down. Might be fighting this other guy for the landing pad on the rescue ship. We'll just have to wait and see. I got my heat sinks and everything all filled up. Cool. Feel like we're doing all right. We're making some good time with all this. Decontamination limit. Okay. A little odd. Never seen that message before, but that's cool. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, easy mode. Around the planet a little bit. Just a little bit over the horizon, we'll be alright. Get out of the drop zone, I think, is really what I need to do. Once we're out of that, I think I can angle myself out. I'm getting it, slowly but surely. Figuring out the tricks. Alright. Now here's going to be the tricky part. Getting through the hyperdiction. This might be the first time we get to see if I can figure out the ECM stuff. I mean, I've got to figure it out. I haven't shown you on stream yet. Alright, here it comes. Definitely happening this time. Alright, come at me, bros. Come at me. Stupid flowers pose no threat whatsoever to me at this point. Looks like it's probably another glaive, yeah. Nice. ECM reloading. It's a 10-second reload. It's really not too bad. Just gotta wait for that message, the incoming missile message. Like at this point, we are probably right. Yeah, I'm far enough out yet. I probably am. I don't see the missile coming our way at this point. I don't even see him on the radar anymore. Yeah, easy mode. Easy game, easy life. Now that I figured out how to get past the glaive missiles, like this really isn't even a really isn't even scary anymore. It's just free money. Free money, it's helping the Thargoid war effort. It's really kind of interesting, like how scary all of this stuff is the first time you do it. And I still think the set pieces are really fun. Like going down to like a burning station, things firing off all around you. If you're in open, seeing some of the other commanders trying to land and all that, like that's a lot of fun. But it's definitely not as scary anymore. Like literally, like it is literally the one weird trick meme. Like one weird trick to keep the flowers from attacking. Who knew that the humble little ECM would make the passengers so happy? To think of all of the passengers that I've lost over these runs that could have been solved by such a simple solution. I was checking the stats the other day. Apparently, I have saved about 1,500 so far, and I really haven't been doing that that long. So it's it goes up fairly quick. Now that's give or take a little bit of passenger missions that I did in Colonia and that kind of thing, but I didn't really do all that many before doing all of this. Yeah, I've saved about 1,500. I've lost about 80 something. So you know, 07s to those 80 VIPs. I mean, really, we lost a couple of billionaires. Did we really lose anything? Like, what do you really think about it? The only thing that I really lost was a little bit of money in fines at the end of the day. All right, where are you, rescue ship? Federal Haven. Oh. Still getting some weird frame rate stuff. All right, there we go. Now we just hang back and relax. But yeah, I hope everyone else is still having a lot of fun with the Thargoid stuff. I think people are gonna have a lot more fun this next week once the tick goes through and Legong is actually open for attack. You know, everyone's gonna be moving away from Oya real fast with that stuff. You know, I did a couple of runs. It took me 3 tries to actually get to Legong without dying. Like I got in there on the second try, but almost died immediately before I could even get the vents open. Because I didn't really know what I was doing in terms of attacking and actually getting the vents open. It was completely like on my own. I was in open. There's no one else in the instance or anything like that helping out too. So yeah. And then the third try I managed to get in my little courier. Managed to get the vents popped, did like my 2 damage to the vent, to the core, right? And then I immediately logged out, right? So there was that. And then once I logged back in, my hull was on fire, so I died pretty quickly afterwards, but I think it still counts for my arcs. I'm pretty okay with that. But now that I know what I'm doing, I'd like to get in there once everyone is actually doing the assault. I really want to get in there in open. Hopefully get into an instance that has some other people attacking at the same time. And, you know, try and do a little bit of damage. Now, I am using multi-cannons instead of the missile racks on my courier. It's just personal preference kind of thing. I think the missile racks probably do more damage, but it's not a huge deal if I do the 2 million in credits. It seems like it shouldn't go that long. It shouldn't be that hard once her resistance is not very high. So, you know, worst comes to worst, I bite the bullet, I buy a crate, I kit it out. I don't really want to. I hate those weird little frisbees, but, you know, I need 10 ships anyways for some badges on EDSM, so why not? Right? And that might make it go a little bit faster. Need to do a little bit of mid-level engineering, which is part of the reason why I want to start collecting a little bit more materials here. The pyro hunting is really good, and they just keep coming at you when you're in a high-res site. So, sure. Like, my limpets keep collecting all of these occupied escape pods, and then the pirates keep scanning me, trying to get the occupied escape pods that I didn't even mean to pick up. There's just some kind of weird pirate Ouroboros the entire time, but against my Corvette, it's free money, right? It's free ranking. So, yeah, we'll do that for a little bit. Try and get a little bit of materials. Help out while I can. Yeah, see, this is the VIP mission. So you got 18 million versus 16 million, but I also get, you know, some grade 5 stuff. So, yeah. that's kind of a no-brainer. The regular passenger mission's not nearly as good for that. I mean, that's a pretty big drop off. Now, honestly, I'm not as hurting for the firmware stuff as I am the other things. So, yeah, we'll be fine. Honestly, I could probably go to a trader and probably be perfectly fine with how much I have right now. It's just I'm very lazy about trying to look up the materials that I actually need and doing all of the trading stuff. All right. I do that just to, you know, I do the structural elements just to make sure. I don't know if they really have any kind of specific status other than caustic. So I don't even know if like the structural thing helps all that much. Like what it does is, you know, structural damage, if you're an explorer, you're gonna get it. But it really lowers your resistances to, you know, the different types of attacks. Which, again, as an explorer is not really an issue because you're not going to be attacked, you know, out in the middle of space. But obviously against the Thargoids, I assume some of their stuff is thermal. That's just the vibe that I'm getting from the fact that Legong set my hull on fire, right? But outside of that, I don't really know. But it's better to be safer than sorry, right? All right, let's do this. All right, make sure I'm not gonna bump into the ship. Done that more than a few times. I'm just happy that I'm not getting fines. This rescue ship does not have an interstellar factor. So if I end up losing some passengers, it gets really annoying really fast because I have no way of paying off my fines unless I rewrap myself way out of the way, which is extremely annoying. And the problem is if I don't pay off those fines, I can't do anything at Anderson Survey, right? Like I think some of the VIPs. Like some of the VIP fines, they don't really have a controlling interest in the station. It's like not a huge deal. I've had a couple VIP fines I had to wait to pay off that didn't really affect anything in terms of my missions. But some of the other ones, yeah, you know, you go into anonymous mode and then you can't really do anything unless you pay them off. And the nearest interstellar factor is kind of a ways out, if I remember right. Like easy enough to get to, but it's like an extra 2 jumps you don't really want to do when you're just trying to chain run missions. I feel like every rescue ship should have an interstellar factor. Like, I feel like FDev realizes some passengers are going to be lost in the course of these rescue missions. Just put one on all of the mega ships. I don't know why they don't. Alright. This might be the last run for a little bit. We'll see. See how my voice is holding up. I can feel it getting a little scratchy. We got a lot of stuff going on tonight. So, yeah, I feel like we did a little bit of work, though. Like we got some done. Yeah, I mean, it's slowly. I know it seems like it's not really moving a whole lot, but I can tell. I can tell. Look, I'm helping. I don't know, I've just had a lot of fun doing these. It's not something that, like, I will sit here and do for 4 or 5 hours at a time. Like, I definitely have other things that I want to get over to do in the game. I've got other things that I got to do with the squadron. You know, I've got materials that I got to farm. So it's not something that I'm just, like, chain running the whole time. But I am having a lot of fun with it. You know, doing 4 to 6 runs at a time. Making a little bit of money. If you are someone that really has all of the materials that you need, have nothing else that you're really interested in doing, yeah. If you sit here doing this for, you know, 4 or 5 hours during your play session, you'll have that fleet carrier in no time. Yep. But for me, like, you know, I'll get the fleet carrier when I get it. I'm going to aim for like 7 to 8 billion before I buy it, because obviously you need a little bit for the upkeep. And if I get a fleet carrier, I want it to have services, right? Like, I want it to have universal cartographics and repair and all of that, because, I mean, if I'm going to send this thing out into the black as like a nice little way station for people, like, it's got to have those things. Like, there's not really much of a point to sending it out there if other people can't get something to help them out. Explorers got to help explorers, right? So, you know, it's a ways off. But I feel like overall, I'm making good time. Most of it's been this, to be honest. And I think this counts towards the trade. Yeah. It counts towards the trade rank for some weird reason. I don't know why. But, you know, it's an easy way to get up that trade to elite. I was really surprised. I was looking at Inara stats. And, yeah, apparently Elite 5 Explorer is one of the least obtained. It's really weird. Like, obviously not as much as Combat 5. Combat 5 is, yeah, good luck on that. But yeah, I was really surprised that it was only like 0.9% or something like that of the game has gotten Elite 5 Explorer, which seems really low. I feel like Elite 5 Exploration is really not that hard, especially with ExoBio and stuff that you can get nowadays. Yeah. Let's see, what kind of position are we talking about here? That was a weird... Oh, hey. Hey. We did it. That's nice. Slow down a bit. Didn't think that my little curve maneuver was gonna work that well. I'll take it. All right. You don't say. If I'll run into anyone else while we're here. Okay, so it was a couple of other people a little bit ago. Nice. I so rarely see other commanders here. That's the problem. Like, when you get down to these Thargoid areas, there's so many lasers going around. I genuinely don't know who's like an NPC and who's an actual player. It was kind of nice to see other actual players here, right? I wouldn't say that I'm like big in the ED community or anything like that. Like, I post on Reddit a decent amount. Like, I don't really know anyone that's that plays the game other than the froggies. I watch a couple of streamers, and even then, it's only really a couple. But like, I'm not opposed to meeting people. Not opposed to seeing some other commanders out here in the black. Wait for the, Here we go. Nice. There we got me. Yeah, I'll be fine. I can handle it. Thanks, Anderson. Name shift anomaly. This might knock me out. We'll see. I think we'll be okay. And they really like me at 9 and 10, don't they? Come on, get down. Hardest part with this is that the Orca cockpit is like just slightly off center, so it's kind of a pain. Like figure out if you're actually lined up or not. That's why I held off on the Orca for so long. Like, I really don't like the cockpit positioning, but for this kind of stuff, it's just too good. And obviously, I'm not super concerned about the position of the cockpit while I'm trying to scream away from Thargoids. So it's been okay. I've gotten used to it. It's still not my favorite ship by any means. Not compared to like the Dolphin. Now, I haven't bought a Beluga liner yet. I do want to try one of those. And that's the other thing, is maybe I could buy a Beluga and outfit it and probably get a lot of passengers in, but I don't think it runs as cool as the thing. The Orca is so fast, and honestly, it is a pretty cool running ship once it's once you got a little bit of basic engineering on it. So yeah, I don't think the Beluga is quite as cold though. Oh, really? Nothing this time. Nothing at all. I don't know if maybe someone else is here sitting on them. Maybe I should go and switch it up over to private just to see if maybe I can get some of these switched up a bit. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot, because I want at least one VIP. Like, I'm used to like some low ping ones. Occasionally I'll run into one or two that are just like, oh, I'll pay like 2 million to escape this rock. Like, that's not really enough. But it's very rare that I see none. And apparently they can kind of get held up if someone else is sitting at the base, right? For whatever reason. We'll just, we'll give this a shot. If not, then you know what? Then we just load up a bunch more missions, because that gives us a little bit more arrow, right? I know it refreshes every 10 minutes, but it's so odd that my... Hey, why are they worried about cabin class? What are you guys doing? Your station is on fire. What is happening? I've never seen that before. But, you know, I guess maybe some of them are worried about it. All right, well, we'll go back into open. It's fine. We'll just take a bunch of regular guys. Cause yeah, I'm not gonna stick in a bunch of luxury cabins or whatever. There's really no point. Making enough money doing this anyways. Cause like, if they want to sit here while the station's on fire because I don't have a first class cabin, like that's on them. They can sit here and burn for all I care. Let's see if it's refreshed. Probably not. It's these that I'm confused about. Like, how have I not gotten the rep up? Because I've been doing nothing but passenger missions here. It's very odd, right? That's fine. It's cool. Let's just go through here and take as many as we can. I think someone else is probably visiting is why. Like, there's a lot of people running these missions right now, so Yeah, you just gotta wait for it to refresh. It's really all I can do. And now that I picked up a couple, let's see. Yeah. It's fine. It's all for the war effort, right? What I got? I might be able to get pretty close to 20 at least with this situation. Like the higher they pay, the more space that they take up. If you're really trying to stack 20 missions, like really the best thing to do is just to go for the low paying ones, right? I don't know if maybe they have a lower chance of getting a hyperdieted once you're out there. That could be a thing too. I don't know. Okay. Who else we got? Anyone else above 1 million yet? Yeah. All right, that should be enough. How many we got here? I think that's what, 8 missions? That'll be a fair amount on the old arrow. Hopefully. All goes well. I'm curious what's going to happen this week with Tyrannus. You know, I don't know if we're going to get any updates yet in terms of that caustic cloud around it. Be kind of nice to get a little bit of an update. I've heard that the cloud has gotten a little bit smaller, that there is a noticeable change, but it's still like you still can't actually get in there, right? So yeah, every week it might get a little bit smaller. They hinted, from what I understand, during the last video update that they did, where they were talking a little bit more about the Python. They did a little bit of an update talking about saying and hinting strongly that the faster we get them down, then the sooner we'll get the Python Mark II. I don't know if that's true or not. Seems a little sus, but it's whatever. It just kind of feels like that's not exactly how MMO development works, right? And I'm still disrupted by something that I don't even have anything on me. I mean, targeting me, I mean, right? There we go. Make sure I've got some heat sinks. Nice, nice. Same thing, get out of the drop zone and just angle myself down. Easy enough. Get into OC. There we go. Should be enough. Yeah. There we go. All right, get ready for the hyperdiction. Here we go. Give this round 2. All right, here they come. I've got more than enough heat sinks. It'll be fine. Like, what are you guys doing? Your Titan's going down. Like, we're beyond, like, not even scared of them anymore. Go, get that out. Okay. Looks like it's some more glaives if they're shooting missiles at us. Yeah. That's enough, but we'll give it a shot anyways. This is so much easier. This is so much easier since I looked up how to avoid the glaive stuff. It's practically, it's almost a joke, really. They take way longer than your charge up time to actually reach you, so yeah, that's fine too. Right, and here we go again. Another day, another safe house. We're fine. Like at this point, like what are they even doing? What are these flowers even doing? They haven't stopped me from saving a single passenger. Just give up, bros. Just give up. You know, let us get down there. Let's take down that little Titan of yours. Give us your weird technology. Let us beat the crap out of each other again. It's fine. I think it's still kind of the same situation where, like, really the only thing that kind of annoys me about the Thargoids is just how long they take. It's one of those things where it's like it's no longer a threat, right? So everything is no longer scary as much as just kind of a minor annoyance. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of the same way when it comes to actually fighting them. Like, yeah, you can do the whole thing where you know, fight the waves until the Hydras come and all that. But it just takes so long to do it. You get some good money, I guess. It does help out the war effort a pretty fair amount from what I understand, compared to most of the other things. It's like, why would you do that when you can just, like, go to a Spire site, right? And just kind of, like, AFK for a little while. Kind of the same situation here. It's like, yeah, the high predictions are a little scary. Now that I've kind of got that down to a science too, like, it's just, there's really not much of a point to it anymore. All you're doing is slowing me down. All you're doing is giving me more content for Twitch. That's really about it. Alright. I think that'll probably be the last run for a little bit. Like I said, I gotta make sure that the voice is gonna be okay for tonight. But who knows, I might even hop into FF14 over there for a little bit pre-gaming for the guitar karaoke stream. We'll see. I didn't really have any plans in terms of what all I wanted to do for today, for it being the 1-year anniversary, but I just knew that I wanted to stream a lot and hang out with you guys. All right, what are we at now? Almost to the 2 bill. Almost. But I do still need to go get breakfast. I'm starting to feel that. Maybe I should have done that before I decided to start the anniversary celebrations, right? Wouldn't be a VTuber without bad eating habits. Just, why do you think we became VTubers? You think we got this way because we had our life on track? Come on. Think about this for a second. You know us. You know, I feel like 4 runs did help out a little bit. I might do some more off stream a little bit too once I get some breakfast and make sure that I'm taking care of the boys and all of that. But yeah, like I said, keep an eye out. You can like and subscribe. Here, push that affiliate ranking. Over on YouTube is the main channel, pushing for 1,500 subs over there. Obviously, Blue Sky, Twitter, all of that good stuff to get your updates in terms of when I'm going live. But yeah, it'll be like tonight. A little bit later on. We'll just take it as it comes. See how I'm feeling. See how long it takes me to struggle with all of my wires and setup to actually get the guitar hooked up and make sure that Ableton and all of that is running okay. It takes me probably half an hour to get set up for a guitar stream just because of all of the weird stuff involved with it, with how my room is set up. There we go. Nice. Sometimes you can kind of tell by how many messages you get, like where you're at in terms of your missions. I think we got 7 or 8. Yeah, a fair amount. It'll help move it along the arrow of a decent chunk. Relatively, I guess. Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, 7. That's alright. Not a ton, but also not nothing to sneeze at. Let's see. I'll take the money. Like I said, I'm doing okay on this stuff, and I'm going to be doing a lot of material farming throughout the week. But, you know, speaking of, you know, obviously we're doing a lot today for the anniversary and all of that, but I've got most of the week off, so we're going to be streaming this a fair amount. Well, maybe not this, but streaming in general a fair amount throughout the week. So, you know, if you don't get a chance to catch me during the anniversary stuff and listening to the guitar stuff, that's perfectly fine. Like, there's going to be other opportunities. We got some FF8 coming up a little bit later on this week. A few more other ideas in the works. But yeah, so it's going to be a pretty big streaming week. The anniversary is just kind of kicking things off. But yeah, aside from that, though, you know, thanks a ton, everybody, for coming by and saying hello and helping me kick off the anniversary day. But the rest of the streams today are more than likely going to be over on YouTube. So make sure and follow me over there. That is same handle at Wesor. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. It'll be a few hours from now. Like I said, probably 9 or 10 CST, but we'll play it by ear. All right, I'm gonna go eat. You guys take care, and see you next time. Bye bye.